So I've definitely had situations where there's been troublemakers at work. And the funny thing is, the person who needs the job the most is the biggest troublemaker. Like, I know I need my job, so I try to stay in line because I got bills to pay. I was at this job, I was at temp. It was during 2009. It was terrible at that time to find a job. I had lost my job, so I was temping. It was actually temp-to-perm, but the perm took a year. It took a year, but I was still in middle management, right? So this girl, she was a clerk. When I got there, the company was a total mess, okay? Our whole department was temps and middle management doing a lot of work that went to the CFO and the president or whatever. They just kept us temps because they didn't want to pay us benefits. So then this clerk, if I was actually an employee, I'd be over her, but she assumed because I was a temp that she could mess with me. So what happened was I was working over a holiday because we had to get the stuff in. And the girl, did this thing wrong. And I went to her boss and I was like, look, I can't get this to work. She was like, well, call her. She was like, you want me to call her while she's on vacation? She said, yeah, call her. So I call her and I'm like, this isn't working. How did you find this or whatever? And she's like, it's there. I said, well, I don't see it. Well, you're not looking. I said, okay, whatever. And hung up on her, right? So she gets back to work and I was real short with her or whatever. And then she comes to me and she's like, why are you treating me this way? I said, well, the way you talked to me, was that treating me correct? It's there and I should see it or whatever. So I'm just giving back what you give. And she was all upset. So then we go we were sitting there arguing in the hall or whatever. And I said, what you don't understand is what you're doing, I created. I created it for your boss. So I know how it works. Okay. So the fact that you're being disruptive to me and talking to me all crazy, do you want me to go to the CFO and tell her I can't get my job done because you don't want to do your job or whatever? And me and the CFO were tight. So then this other woman comes around. She's like, look, you're all black and they want to see us fighting, like going to another office or whatever. So then we go into another office. And I said, the only reason I called you is because your manager told me to call you. I wasn't planning on calling you. And I said, best believe, don't underestimate my position in this company. Okay, I might be a temp, but I'm the one getting the information to the CFO. So, and I created the workflow you're doing. So this disrespect thing ain't gonna work with me. And if you want to disrespect me, I have no problem disrespecting. And not with that. And then we were cool from that point on. She started talking to me the right way.
If this resonated, support our journey with a coffee. The link is in my bio.